During last year's Tabernacle Choir and Orchestra at Temple Square Christmas concert, Kristin Chenoweth charmed the conference center audience with her unbelievable talent and her disarming sense of humor. This Christmas, the concert will have the opportunity to fill even more people with Christmas cheer as it airs on BYU TV and is released on CD and DVD. Kristin Chenoweth is an Emmy and Tony Award-winning actress and singer. In 2015, she received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 1999, she won a Tony Award for her role in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, and was also nominated for her performance as Glinda, the Good Witch, in the original Broadway cast of Wicked. She recently released a music album titled For the Girls and stars in the upcoming Hallmark movie, The Christmas Song. She received a master's degree in opera performance from Oklahoma City University and was inducted into the Oklahoma Hall of Fame. This is All In, an LDS Living podcast where we ask the question, what does it really mean to be all in the gospel of Jesus Christ? I'm Morgan Jones, and I want to invite you to listen in on this conversation that I recently had with Kristin Chenoweth. So I have to tell you, I saw your interview with Kelly Clarkson, who I love, and you encouraged her to sing with the choir, which was amazing because I encouraged Mac and Ryan to have her sing with the choir.
You did?
Yeah.
I just told her, she's like, what must have been like? And I said, girl, you too can experience it. I'm sure they would love to have this voice. I mean, that voice is just incredible, her voice. So yeah, by the time it was all over, I think I'm like, Kelly, you need to be going next year. So yeah. I'm just putting it out in the universe.
Totally. Well, I'm curious, why would you encourage, if you're talking to another artist, why would you encourage them to take advantage of this opportunity if they're given it?
2 reasons. Number one, the fact that you get to stand up there with musicianship, the kind of musicianship out of the orchestra, and the kind of vocal prowess that choir has. So we don't get that very often. You also don't get to have 25,000 people with an unobstructed view of like spirit celebrating this holiday together at once. Hardly ever. I mean, we go online now, we watch things, we listen to podcasts. I love those things too. But when you're all in the same unit and you're all in the same building, that the spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, for me, it's the spirit. It's so ginormous that you can't help but be inspired. Number 2, as an artist, you will learn. Yeah. And the continual journey for me is learning. I continue to learn. It was so funny when Mac was conducting me, we were singing, Angels from the Realms of Glory. Now I know it from my church, but we have different words. So I was singing it and I can't write it. I was singing, Angels from the Realms of Glory. Now, being a classically trained artist, I know that we say angels. Right. But with the kind of music I've been doing lately, it's angels. So he, we razzed each other all week, love each other. And he says, Miss Chenoweth, just so you know, you might want to sing angels. And I was like, oh, snap. All right, Mac. I don't know what it was. We just hit it off. But I learned as an artist. And so that's why I would encourage any artist to come.
Yeah, I love that so much because I think so many people get to a point and it's like, I've learned everything. And you can't get to that point. You have to have that continual thirst for knowledge.
You do. And the music continues to move forward. And if you're an artist and you can't see yourself doing anything else like me, then you must move forward with it. And though I was trained classically in music theater as well as opera, I grew up doing country music. And this opportunity at this beautiful, beautiful place let me kind of do it all with humor. And so they also were willing to play.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Well, you nailed it. I was there and I was stunned by how good it was. It was so fun.
Yay!
Yes.
Did you like when I came down in the audience and talked to the people in the beginning?
I loved that. I loved when you came down dressed with the choir.
Oh, yes.
I loved the part with the bells. I loved it all. It was so good.
I think humor adds, because it makes it's theatrical in a way that it makes then the real message even that much more powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Which is the reason for the season.
totally. Well, I want to touch on that. Before the concert, you said that the whole reason that you wanted to do this was to celebrate the reason for the season.
Yes.
And so I'm curious for you. I know that you're a strong Christian.
Yes.
Why is Jesus Christ so important to you? And why was it so important to have that opportunity to celebrate him?
Because so oftentimes, and I did a Christmas album several years ago, and I found that I had to do half secular and half, because not everybody believes like us, right? But that's part of life. That's the truth. That's the great part about being human, is getting to discover all different kinds of beliefs. But it's really nice to get to sing about what your truth is and your authentic truth. And mine is, I'm not perfect. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've made decisions that some Christians wouldn't make. I've played roles that some people wouldn't play. Do you know what I mean? I'm just speaking truthfully.
Yeah, no, however, I appreciate that.
Of course. However, there's no doubt that I know to whom I belong. There's no doubt that I know who's running the show. And it ain't me. So to get to celebrate literally the birth of our Savior with people who are of like mind. I work with people all the time who don't believe like me, and that's fine and lovely too. But this was special.
Yeah. I loved how you mentioned that 2 of your aunts flew out to see the concert. What did they say afterward? Were they just so proud of you?
Well, they were there every night. They were there every night.
With bells on.
With bells on, literally. Yeah. So I have 6 aunts, now 5. One's in heaven. And they're like the Still Magnolias. They're all different versions of each other. Bananas in the best possible way, and of which I am too. So I understand it. But to have because my dad got pneumonia that week, so my mom and dad couldn't come, which was a big bummer because my whole life, this is a family tradition for us to watch it on TV, so that I was getting to do it. So my one aunt, Tommy Jo, is a member of the Mormon Church.
Okay.
And I said, would you want to come to this? And she broke down in tears at Thanksgiving. It was like, what do you mean? I was like, I'll fly you out. We'll bring you out. Actually, the church did. They brought her out. And she just you don't even know what that meant to her. We probably do. Like, it meant everything to her. And then my other aunt, who's like-minded like we are, just was like, I'm so happy to get to share this with you. And though it wasn't my parents, it was my aunts, who are in some ways not more proud, but just like, that's our girl. That's our baby. We've known her since she was born.
Well, and kind of that's a whole part of that experience for you now, is looking back and them being a part of it, which is so neat.
They have my aunts, the women in my life have meant everything. I've been lucky in that I've had a lot of strong women in my life who've given me a lot of, not to be confused with overconfidence, because I'm plenty insecure like we all are. We're human.
Right.
But I've had a lot of strong women help me through the years.
I love that. Kristin, when you look back on this experience, is there like one memory that stands out in your mind that you'll carry with you from having had the opportunity to perform with the Tabernacle Choir?
There's 2.
Okay.
One is on a less serious note. One night, the first night, I did something silly with Mac and I made him blush. And then it became my mission to make him blush as much as possible. So we had so much fun, and it was, I love him. The music, he's such a good teacher. Yeah. He's such a good teacher, watching him with the choir, watching him with the orchestra, seeing his technique, reminding me of how I was taught to, right? That's the silly, fun part.
Yeah.
The real part was full circle moment for me, because I watched Miss America, the Tony Awards, and the Mormon Tabernacle Christmas special every year. So is a rite of passage.
Yeah. I can only imagine how incredible that must have been. As we wrap up, so the name of this podcast is All In. And on each episode of the show, we ask people, what does it mean to you to be all in the gospel of Jesus Christ? And the reason we chose that question is we felt like regardless of your religion, you can answer that question if you believe in Jesus Christ. So for you, Kristin, what does it mean to you to be all in the gospel of Jesus Christ?
Oh my gosh, I love this. All in the gospel of Jesus Christ. It means you're being all in love. And as I've gone on this journey, girl, I don't know why forgiveness can be so hard, especially with ones we know and love the most. But you know what he taught the most? What did he teach us the most?
Love.
Right. And the greatest of these is love. So I'm all in with love, baby.
I love that so much. Well, you do a wonderful job of that. I feel like everybody in this room could say that they felt love from you. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you saw the concert. I'm so proud of you.
It was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
A huge thank you to Kristin Chenoweth for being such a delight. You can buy the DVD and CD of the Tabernacle Choir and Orchestra at Temple Square Christmas Concert in Deseret bookstores now, or watch the special on BYU TV on December 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much for listening, and let us be the first to wish you a very Merry Christmas.